Good morning, my name is Courtney Davey. I'm with Temecula School, Temecula, and we're going to start off with a little activity. I want you all to close your eyes and picture that you're in this beautiful museum, and I want you to walk up to your favorite piece of art, and I want you to just describe it to me. What are some of the things that stand out to you? What is it that you see? I did this exercise, and I thought of the Mona Lisa, and I thought of the Starry Night, and I just was picturing it in my mind, and go ahead and open your eyes and look up at the screen. That's not what we think of when we think of these two amazing paintings. It's missing something. It doesn't have quite the impact that it normally would. But wait, when we reintroduce color to it, all of a sudden, we see that beautiful night. We see the moon shining. We see her beautiful olive tone skin. And all of a sudden, the full impact has been made. You're probably thinking, why is this crazy lady talking about the Mona Lisa and the Starry Night? But wait, so as hairstylists, we have the impact, we can have the same impact that these colorful paintings have on our guests' lives. A normal haircut may just be just that, a normal haircut, but when you add that pop of color, or you add those beautiful highlights to your guest, all of a sudden, her painting is perfection. So, color is not only important for our Van Goghs and our Monets and all of our famous painters, but it's important for us in our industry because no painting is perfect until we add that pop of color. So with this, Monet and Van Gogh and all these famous artists didn't get where they got without first knowing their tools and understanding their canvas. So we're going to start out today really talking about our Paul Mitchell color features and benefits, because we don't know, we can't grow what we don't know. So if we don't know our product, we can't really give our guests that full experience. And then we're going to go into metamerism, and that's just a fun topic altogether. And then we're going to end with the laws of color and our Paul Mitchell color map, which to me is a roadmap, because that's our cheat sheet for color. And then we're going to put it all into action, and we're going to do some fun formulations. So how does that sound, everyone? Perfect, I'm excited too. So we're going to start out with our color classifications. And Paul Mitchell, I love it because we're not a one color line, we're not a one trick pony. Look up here, you see so many options. We've really got a line or a color that's suited for each and every one of our guest needs. So we're not a one size fits all line. Look at all those beautiful options. We're going to start out with Paul Mitchell, the color. And what I love about Paul Mitchell the color is it's got our Chromolux technology. And what that is it's a unique conditioning system that delivers vibrant color, increased shine and condition, and it gives us that creamier consistency that makes color easier to mix. Not only that, all of the colors are intermixable. And so there's tons of formulation options. Whatever you can think, you can do pretty much. Our line can be used as a semi, demi, or permanent just by shifting our developers and shifting our timing. So truly there's so many options. The great thing also is that it's low ammonia, and with that ammonia, it's calibrated, so every tube of color has the same exact amount of ammonia. So there's no guesswork when it comes to it. You can be a level 1 or a level 10, no matter what tube you're grabbing, it's got the same exact amount of ammonia. And with that, it gives us that great predictable end result. And then the beeswax base is just great for that healthy, conditioned hair. And then with that, it's going to be mixed at a 1-to-1 formula, which is 1 part Paul Mitchell the color to 1 part developer. And then the great addition to our color line is our N+ series. And with that, that's going to give us 100% great coverage with every guest every time. And just like our color line, because it is just an addition to that line, it still makes it that 1-to-1. So we love Paul Mitchell the color. It's our original line, and it's just an outstanding condition, and then that creamy consistency for that easy application. Next up is our Color XG. So with Color XG, we have 79 brilliant shades, 6 intensifiers, and 1 clear booster. And with that, our 6 intensifiers, think of our redheads. You know, that red may just look good, but we can add an intensifier to really give it that pop and that just extra bit of power and color to it. And then our booster is a great addition to the line because it gives us that little bit of extra push, that little bit of extra lift, or we can use it to dilute things down a little bit. So it's a great addition to that. Okay, our Color XG, what's wonderful about that is it's got our Dye Smart technology. Now what this is, it's a three-part thing. It's got maximum color penetration, maximum vibrancy, and maximum longevity. Who doesn't want that, guys? So that vibrant color you get on day one is going to last you. That's a great selling point for any guest. With that Dye Smart technology, we get that true to tone and that resistance to fading. So what they paid for on day one, they're still going to be getting that return on investment on day 15, 20, 25, whatever it may be, which is great for their bottom line, and it's great for us because our masterpiece is going to be brilliant down the road as well. Just like our color, or the color, it's got that rich creamy base, so it's nice to a nice application, but unlike the color, it's got a building ammonia. So what's that? That means that every tube of color has a different amount of ammonia. Where our color had the same ammonia no matter where you were in our color line, our Color XG, every tube is different. So going back to our redheads, we think about them. They maybe need a little bit more of a drive to get to that vibrant end result they're hoping to see. So that tube's going to have a little bit more ammonia for that extra fuel to get her to where she wants to be. But it's still healthy for the hair, and with that we have our cottonseed oil and rice milk. So her hair's not going to feel like we just drove it to the max. It's still going to be healthy and shiny, and we're still getting that long-lasting color. So it's a great option for anyone who wants that vibrancy, who wants that extra pop. Now we're going to go into our shine options, and who doesn't want that? So first up is our PM Shines, and the great thing about PM Shines is it's ammonia-free. So anyone who wants to stay away from ammonia, this is going to be their best friend. The great selling point with our PM Shines is our intense hydrating complex. And what that does is it's going to penetrate deep into the hair shaft, and it's adding the intense hydration. And what it's doing is it's replacing lost amino acids that have been lost through color surfaces or whatever it may be. So you're really leaving the hair feeling healthier than when you began. And who doesn't want that? Some of the great selling points are the soy protein and the metafoam seed. And what those do is that's all part of our intense hydrating complex, which is replacing those lost amino acids and adding strength and improving manageability and shine. With this, we have some great long-lasting tone. So not only is it healthy, but they're going to get the end result and it's going to last. Again, it replaces lost amino acids. Who doesn't want that? That's just an amazing way to upsell our guest services and helping them create a healthier hair and overall look for themselves. With this, our Color XG and our The Color have a very opaque end result. So that's like our lipsticks. It's very, almost not dark, but you can't see through it. So we're hiding whatever's underneath. Our PM Shines is translucent. So think of like a nice lip gloss. We can still see what's going on underneath, but we're adding so much shine and just a nice end result. With this, we have our liquid gel consistency. So it's great for the bottle or brush and bowl application. And not only that, it's a great add-on service. So if you had that perm guest or that relaxer guest, and they came in and they want to maybe give themselves a little shift in their color, this is a great add-on service because we can use it after any chemical service. So it's open to anyone who wants it. And with this, we want to make sure we're mixing equal parts the PM Shines with the PM processing liquid. So this one has its own special developer, so make sure we're using that processing liquid. Next up is our Shines XG. So this one has the Dye Smart technology. Where did we hear about this before? Exactly. So this is just like our Color XG. So what are we going to get with that? Exactly. We're getting that max color penetration, the max vibrancy, and the max longevity. So again, more bang for their buck. With our Shines XG, it's got no ammonia like our PM Shines, but the difference is that it has MEA, which is an organic ammonia replacement. So it's got a little bit of push for our guests, but it's still healthy on the hair. It's got 51 intermixable shades, and the difference between our PM Shines and our Shines XG is that guess who wants a little bit of a gentler surface, but with an opaque finish. So we're going to get that more permanent look, but with our Shines XG technology and with that MEA of ammonia replacement. So with our Shines XG, we can get deposit only and a little bit of lift. So where our PM Shines was just a nice top coat, our Shines XG, we can push it a little bit further and we can get a little tiny bit of lift and get that nice shiny end result. Our Shines XG is great for its rich tone-on-tone color options. And like our Color XG, it's got the cottonseed oil and our rice milk. So again, just a nice healthy finish and some great shine options for our guests. We don't want to forget about our male guests though. They don't want to come in and they don't want that opaque finish. They don't want to go back to the construction site and have all the guys pick on them because now they've got this helmet of dark hair. They want gray blending. And Paul Mitchell, like I said, we're not a one-size-fits-all. We didn't forget about our men. They've got a great ammonia-free line in flashback, UV absorbers, and it's easy to formulate. Simple options in and out for our male guests. Like I said, it's great for that concealment of gray and gray blending. So he's not going to leave here looking like he's just got dark black hair. He's going to have that nice salt and pepper look that all of our distinguished men love. It's a nice demi-permanent color, and it's got the same great liquid gel consistency as our PM Shines. And with this, we're going to mix it 1 part flashback to 1 part 10 volume cream or clear developer. And the great thing about this is it's a wonderful lunchtime color option for our male guests. Think about it. We call it our 10-10-10 color line. In 10 minutes with 10 volume developer, they're going to look 10 years younger. Our female guests, they want to look a lot younger. They want to hide those pigment challenge hairs. Our men, they embrace them. They love them. It makes them look distinguished. So in 10 minutes, we're going to just take the hands back a little bit, hands of time back, just a slight. And they're going to go out feeling better about themselves because they didn't just sit in the salon for an hour and a half. So great color options for our male guests. And the best thing about it is it's going to fade off easily and it's not going to have that harsh line of demarcation that men don't want to see. That's their telltale sign. But the thing to remember with our flashback color is it's not meant for our male guests with longer hair. This is meant for our nice tapered haircuts, shorter men's hair, because the longer the hair gets, we're dealing with some porosity issues, and we don't want to have any issues with that. So remember, keep this in mind for our shorter hair guests so that we get that predictable end result that we're hoping to see. Next up, our color shots. Now, we talked about with our Color XG, they have their intensifiers. Well, for any line, like the color, we now can add in our color shots. And what these are they're pure pigments. There's no brown base, so it's vivid primary and secondary colors that are truly the ultimate tool to formulating creative or corrective colors. So these keep the color fading on tone. They're great for that added intensity and vibrancy. And the great thing about them, and I'm going to put this down and show you guys. So when we talk about 3 shots, we're not talking about drops. No, we're talking about true, we can add 3 full ones of these or maximum 6 of these. So just imagine 3 shots of that red for our redhead guest, that's going to give her that pop of color that she wants to see. And so don't be afraid of them. They truly become part of your formulation. And they just really give that guest that customized look that gives you that extra bit of standout when your guest is walking down the street. But remember, we don't want to use them with the Color XG because they have their own intensifiers. This is really meant for anything besides Color XG, Shines XG, or Inkworks. Now talking about Inkworks. Now these are, what you see is what you get. It's going to go direct from the bottle to your guest's hair. So it's a nice direct dye. We've got those vibrant, pure fashion tones, and it's just going to be that punch of color that is so on trend right now. But it's gentle. It's got a nice vegetable base, so it's not harsh and going to be bad for the hair either. We've got 6 intermixable colors, and the great thing about it, no mixing is required, so it's a nice, quick application. But what we want to remember is that it's perfect for our levels 9 and 10, because if we really want to see that vibrancy, we want to have a nice pre-lightened canvas so that she truly sees what she's wanting through that vibrant inkworks tone. Okay, speaking of our blondes, we're going to get into our blonding system, because Paul Mitchell, they didn't forget about our blondes either. So first up is our high lift. Now this is kind of our baby step into the lightener. So it's not quite a lightener, but it's not quite a color. It's great for our level 7 and above. It's going to give us up to 4 levels of lift. And we've got long-lasting tonal control in the bottle because it's got tonal bases to neutralize or enhance or intensify our end results. It's got a beautiful sandalwood fragrance, which gives the guest a pleasant experience. We've got our 5 tonal bases, an HLA, an HLG, an HLP, an HLN, or an HLNB. So a little bit of something for everyone. And with this, there's 2 different mixing ratios you can use. If you're really going for that maximum tone, you're going to mix 1 part high lift to 1 part 40 volume developer. But let's say that guest, they want a little bit more punch. So we're going to go in with 1 part high lift to 2 parts 40 volume developer. So that's going to give us that maximum lift. So again, our guest, that's a level 7, and she just needs a little extra sun-kissed look. We're going to go into our high lifts because it's a great, long-lasting tone, and it's just a real gentle and simple coloring option for them. Next up, we're going to go into our 3 lighteners. And first up is our Lighten Up. And with Lighten Up, we're going to get up to 5 levels of lift. And the great thing about it is it's going to lift on tone. It's both gentle on the hair and the scalp because it's got the amino acid conditioning agents which helps minimize the cuticle damage. And it's got some aloe in it, which is going to soothe scalp irritation. So who doesn't want that? That just sounds like a nice, relaxing experience. It's a different consistency. It's got the smooth consistency, which helps resist drying out. It's great for on or off scalp applications, and again, that aloe. Talk about non-irritation. Aloe is meant for our guests with that sensitive scalp. So it's truly a pleasant experience for our guests. And with this, we want to make sure we're mixing at a 1 part Lighten Up to a 1.5 part cream developer. Okay, Synchro Lift. Synchro Lift is one of my all-time favorites. It's going to lift up to 7 levels quickly and gently. So you're getting that punch that you need, but it's gentle. What I love about it is the potato starch. So think back into ancient times and the use of potatoes as for medicinal purposes. It was used to help with burns. So it's got the potato starch in it, so it's going to fight that burning and that irritation to the scalp. So where Lighten Up had the aloe, our Synchro Lift has the potato starch. So again, it's great because it's got the potato starch and 0 fragrance, which gives it a great option for our sensitive guests. It's great in foils because it resists swelling. So you can almost take it a little bit to the line because it's not going to swell out and give us any discoveries. It's got a beautiful creamy consistency, and again, that 0 fragrance. But the one thing to remember about our Synchro Lift is it's got the Ultra Quick Blue Powder. Now, some people think that the blue is doing something for toning, but it's not for that purpose. It's blue because it's easier to see what's going on underneath. So if we're putting this nice blue lightener on top of our lightening hair, we can see what's going on underneath and not have that white on white conflict, which is great for training our eyes to see the lightening process. And with our Synchro Lift, we want to do 1 grounded scoop to 2 parts cream developer. So again, it's great, a great option if you need a little extra push, and it's a great on and off scalp application. Next up is our dual purpose lightener. This is our workhorse. When all else fails, dual purpose lightener isn't going to let you down. We're going to get controlled even lift for up to 7 levels. It's got a nice dust-free powder. So when we open up that can, we're not going to inhale it. Our guest isn't going to inhale it. It's just a great option for everyone. Just like everything else, we can use it both on or off the scalp. And it's got a soothing fragrance of sandalwood. so it's a nice pleasing experience for everyone. And then it's got our jojoba and castor bean oil. And what that does is it's both conditioning and soothing. So not only is it safe for us, but it's a soothing experience for our guests, and they're going to get that lift that they're hoping for, because it's just going to go in and it's going to get the job done for us. Unlike our synchro lift, dual purpose lightener is mixed with one level scoop, where our synchro, remember, is a rounded scoop. Our dual purpose lightener is a nice level scoop with 50 milliliters of cream developer. So we've gotten through all of our lighteners, and now we're getting to the point in our service where we might want to tone out a little bit. So let's get into our toning options. Our first is flash finish. I have to tell you guys, this is probably one of my favorite products because it's sheer and subtle. So it's great for that pre-lightened hair that just wants a little bit of a pastel finish to it. It's done in under 10 minutes, so it's quick and painless. It's going to add tons of shine and condition because it's got the nutmeg butter and hydrolyzed soy proteins. So it's an amazing option for our pre-lightened blondes. It's got that liquid gel consistency. What else had that great liquid gel consistency? Exactly. It's just like our PM Shines, or if you want to, our Flashback. It's got that liquid gel consistency that's going to give us a nice, easy application. It's pure tone, so these have no brown base in them. They're ammonia free, so there's going to be no lift. But again, that tons of shine and conditioning, and they're going to get that lasting tone for up to 3 weeks. So it's a great little add-on if they're going somewhere and they just want a little bit extra push. Now this is mixed in our 1 part flash finish to 1 part 5 volume creamer clear developer. So great add-on service to our blondes if they just want to pop in and get a little bit of a shape up before they go out on the town for the night. And last but not least is our Ultra Toners. Now this is technically part of our The Color line, so it's got that great beeswax base and all the same great agents that our Color line had, but it's used to neutralize or intensify. It's got our long-lasting pastel tones and the beeswax base, like I mentioned, our eucalyptus fragrance, which is a pleasant coloring experience for ourselves and for our guests. And then we've got the 5 intermixable tonal bases of our N, NB, G, A, M, P. And now this, just like our Color line, is mixed to 1 part Ultra Toner to 1 part developer. And then this is going to process about 10 to 20 minutes. So now that we've gotten through all of our different color lines, we're going to do a quick activity. So I want you to reach under your chair, and you're either going to find one of our beautiful color classifications or a little bit of a feature and benefit. And I want you to find your pair, and then as a pair, come up with 3 additional facts about your color classification. So what did we learn? What was some of our favorite features and benefits of the color line? I love it. Paul Mitchell truly has so many options. Which one of the color classifications are you guys most excited about trying? I love it. You guys have to try Flash Finish. It's truly my favorite, and you won't be disappointed. Moving on, this morning I was getting ready, and I was doing my makeup in the bathroom, and I thought, oh man, I look really good today. And then I went to put on my outfit, and all of a sudden I thought, my makeup, what's wrong with it? And what happened? Well, I'm going to tell you what happened. Metamerism. That's what happened. Metamerism is the play of light on color. So I'm sure you guys have all had the same experience where one light, you look good, the next light, you maybe look a little sick, and then you go outside and you're like, it's perfect. Well, that's exactly what metamerism is, so we're never going to question that anymore. Think about our incandescent lights. Those are like our bathroom lights. You plug them in and they've got that warm glow to them. And no matter what you do, you always feel like it's making you look warmer than you are. Well, that's because our incandescent lights favor our warm tones. And then we have our fluorescent lights. Those favor our cool tones. So those are the ones that kind of make us look sick, or they make our wrinkles stand out a little bit more than we're hoping they do. But natural light, the beautiful thing about natural light is it's a pure form of light from the sun. So it's going to show the true color. And then we've got the new kid on the block, and that's our LED lights. Now this is the one that most closely mimics natural light because of all the different colors that go into our LED lights, we're going to get that more true tone. Now, why am I even talking about this? The reason why we talk about the play of light on color is because when you're doing your color guess, when they're sitting in your chair, you have to really remember what kind of light is in your salon or in your school and what play it's having on that guest and what they're seeing. So when we talk about color, we always want to make sure we're taking our guests outside. Take your mirror outside with them and really show them your piece of art, your masterpiece, and let them see in the true light what the color truly looks like. So remember, if it doesn't look right now, take them to a different light and truly get that consultation in to see what that color looks like in natural light. Okay, so now we're going to get into our color map. And I love the color map because it's our roadmap. It's creating beautiful color every time. I like to call this our color cheat sheet because if you ever hit a roadblock or a stumbling point, just take a step back and go to your cheat sheet and it's going to redirect you to where you need to be every single time. So not only is it a roadmap, but it's going to assist you in finding your way so every color guest gets a consistent end result every time. So whether they want that warm brown or that ash blonde or that vibrant red, we're going to get it every time because we're going to use our systems and we're going to use our tools. So there's a little example about our color map. So laws of color. What's a law that we all know? Exactly. So think of gravity. What goes up, it must come down. It's the same thing with our laws of color. So every color starts out with one of our primary colors, which are yellow, red, and blue. These cannot be created. These are pure colors, but everything comes from them. Even think of our browns. Our browns are found when all three come together and form our nice brown. So our primary colors are what? Perfect, red, yellow, and blue. Now let's go in and talk about our secondary colors. So a secondary color is created when we take equal parts of two primary colors. So if I were to take yellow and red, what would I get? Perfect, we're going to get orange. Now red and blue is going to create, exactly, we're going to get violet. And now if I take yellow and blue, we're going to get our green. So our secondary colors are orange, violet, and green. We're going to take it one step further. A tertiary color is created when a primary and a secondary color are mixed in equal parts. So we're going to take this into a little bit of a math equation. If we want to take yellow and orange, we're going to have 2 parts yellow to 1 part red, and we're going to get a nice yellow-orange. If we want to take 2 parts red to 1 part yellow, we're going to get that red-orange. 2 parts red to 1 part blue is our red-violet. 2 parts blue to 1 part red is our blue-violet. 2 parts blue to 1 part yellow is going to be our blue-green. And 2 parts yellow to 1 part blue is our yellow-green. And one thing I really want you guys to notice is that when we list our colors, we always want to put our primary color first because that's where the dominant pigment lies. So we have more yellow than we do orange, so we want to make sure that we always list yellow-orange and red-orange and red-violet. Okay, so complementary colors. These live directly across from each other on the color map. And these are used to neutralize unwanted tones in the coloring surface. So what would yellow's complementary color be? Exactly, it's going to be violet. So violet and yellow are complementary. Red, what would be that complementary color? Green, exactly. Red and green complement one another. And last but not least, orange complements what primary color? Blue, perfect. So a silly little way to remember them is yellow and violet is our hometown basketball team. What's that? The Lakers. Perfect. So yellow and violet are going to complement each other. We're going to remember this because those are our Lakers colors. Now red and green, we're quickly approaching the season. What's that? Christmas, exactly. So we're always going to remember that if we see too much red, we want some of that green because Christmas is coming. Last but not least, orange and blue. This is the only thing I know about football. The Broncos colors are orange and blue, so just remember that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of an interactive experience. Go ahead and pull out your color wheel and the magazines in front of you, and I want you to create your own color wheel using pictures from the magazine, and then share it with the person sitting next to you. So what did we discover with the color map? I love it. You guys found so many fun different options of our yellows and our oranges and our reds. Isn't it fun to see how color truly affects everything from a handbag to the sky to whatever you can dream you can make with color? So next we're going to go into our level system. So we're slowly building our color map for our cheat sheet. So the level system is a professional color. Professional color has been simplified by a universal numbering system. So color levels are identified by a number which represents the depth from light to dark. So go ahead and on your color map in your coloring app, that's a little bit of a tongue twister, let's go ahead and fill in our level system. Okay, so as we see with these beautiful models, a level 1 is going to live at our darkest spot in our blue. And we're slowly going to work our way up to a 9-10, which is going to live right above our yellows in that nice golden area. So what I want you guys to do now, yep, you guessed it, we're going to create our own level system using those same magazines and share it with that same partner. And let's see what we learned. So what we learned about our level system, was it a little bit harder to find pictures, or was it kind of cool to see how everything really finds its home on the color map? You guys have got it. You guys have really mastered this. So now we're going to fill in our dominant pigments. So dominant pigment is the residual melanin that remains in the hair after a coloring service. So dominant pigments ultimately affect your end color. Secondary colors of, what were they? Exactly, orange, violet, and green are the keys to either control or neutralize your unwanted tones. So where are our dominant pigments? Exactly, so at a level 1, our dominant pigment is a blue. Level 2, it's a blue-violet. Level 3 is a violet. Level 4, a red-violet. Level 5, a red. Level 6, red-orange. Level 7, an orange. Level 8, a yellow-orange. And level 9 is our beautiful yellow tones. So now we're going to kind of go over some of our tonal bases. So our tonal bases, I like to look at the color map as a sunrise and a sunset. So think of our sunrise on this half. These are our warm tones, our reds and our golds and our beiges. And then we think of our sunsets, and that's really where we see those cool colors, the blues and the violets and the deeper tones. Well, some of our Paul Mitchell, the color bases are our natural ashes, our ashes that live in our blues, the cools, and those are really our violets and our blue violets. And now our reds. Now this encompasses a lot because we go from our red violets all the way up to our oranges. And then our beiges live at our level 8 with our yellow oranges, and our golds are really that 9-10. And then if you look at it, Paul Mitchell, like I said, we're not a one-trick pony. We've got tons of options. So our N+ series is going to live on our cool side because of that real intense natural pigment. And then we've got our NN. So the thing with our NN is it's a double pigmented natural. So it's really giving you more bang for your buck. And then our neutral beiges are living up in the warmth. And then our natural is right in the middle of everything. And then we're just going to go through and fill in on your chart our tonal bases. So again, our NNs are our gray browns, our N is our natural brown, our NB is our neutral beige, and our N+ is our maximum gray coverage. So we don't want to see those pigment challenge. And then we get in our NAs, which is our green with brown, our A's, which is our gray-blue, our CBs, which is our beige with blue-violet, our P with our violet, and then we get into all of our warmths, which are our violet reds, our red violets, our natural red violets, our red reds, our reds, and then we get up into our warm beiges and then our golds. So truly, tons of options for every guess. So now that we've got all of this knowledge in our minds, we're going to put it into action, and we're truly going to make our formulas, the masterpieces that we can do. So number 1, our guest has virgin level 6 hair, but is 50% gray. What's our stop point for this? Exactly, we hear 50% gray, so what do we want to lean towards? Exactly, we want our N+ series because she wants to go home and she doesn't want to see that pigment challenge hair. She wants to get rid of it. And she's a level 6 virgin. So let's start filling out our formulation worksheet. Her natural level is, exactly, she's a nice level 6. But what's our little trigger that we need to remember? Perfect, she's a 50% gray. Her canvas level, exactly, she's still at 6. What's her desired level? Does she really want to shift in her tone or in her level, or does she just want to see a new pop? Perfect, so we're going to keep her at that level 6 because she doesn't mind where she's at. She's just tired of looking a little bit dated, and she wants a little bit of a change. So what's our dominant pigment at a level 6? Don't worry if you don't remember, we're going to go straight to our cheat sheet. So at a level 6, what's our dominant pigment? Exactly, that's our red-orange. And then our desired tonal result, she's bored and would like to have a sassy shade of red with no gray showing. So what would you say is our desired tonal result? Yeah, she wants to be that warm red. I like it. Okay, so since we know she's got that 50% gray, what do we need part of our formula to be? Exactly. We want our 1 part of our 6N+, and then what do we want to add to that so she gets that sassy shade of red? I like it. Let's go in with a nice 6R. But what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we do 1 part of that 6N+ to 2 parts of that red. So we've got her no gray showing, but we've got that nice sassy shade of red. And then what kind of developer are we going to use? Exactly. We're going to go in with our 20 volt. And then we're going to end with a nice 35-minute timing. And she's going to get that predictable end result because that's what Paul Mitchell the Color offers, is that predictable end result every time. And she's going to go home and she's going to get rid of those pesky pigment challenged hair. And she's got that sassy shade of red now. So we've got our grays covered. Now let's go into a fun one. So color scenario number 2. So what does our guest want? She's got that long blonde hair. She's tired of it. She wants a change. She's been seeing all these celebrities change up their hair color. So what does she want? She wants that trendy, darker rose gold. So let's go in. She's got long blonde hair. What do we want to say she is? I like it. She's a level 9. Her canvas level is that same level 9. She wants to deepen it though, so where are we going? I like it. We're going to a level 7. So what's our dominant pigment? Oh, don't worry if you don't remember. We're going to go straight to our cheat sheet. At that level 7, we live at a nice warm orange. And what's our tonal result? She wants a nice warm rose gold. Well, since we're going two levels deeper, what do we need to remember to do? Exactly, we want to go in and we want to repigment her. And that, again, it's easy. We go straight to our coloring book, our swatch book, and we know exactly what we're going to repigment her with. We're going to go in and we're going to do our 10G and our 8RO. And that's going to nicely repigment it with a 10 volume developer. So we've got her nice and repigmented. We've got that warmth put back in. So what do we want to go in and do to make her that rose gold she wants? I like it. I like that option. Let's go with a 7cc. And what else, guys? A 7P. I like it. I think that's going to give her a beautiful rose gold shade, and we're going a little bit deeper and darker with our 20 vol. And we're going to process her for 35 minutes. And she's going to be that beautiful rose gold that we like to see. So, now that we've put it in action, what I want you guys to each do is go ahead and write down 7 things you learned today. Once you've got those 7 things, circle your top 3. And now, from those top 3s, share with your same partner the #1 thing you learned. Perfect, you guys made some great discoveries. So let's just go over some quick review. What are our three primary colors? Perfect, our yellow, red, and blue. What's memorism? Is that tricking you? Think about my makeup. Exactly, that's the play of light on color. How do you neutralize? Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go across the color map. And then putting all this in action, go ahead and review your color steps to formulation. You guys are geniuses. So what I want you guys to do, since we kind of discovered how we are artists, I want you to go home and using whatever objects you can find, create your own color map and bring them back in for home play next Tuesday. I want you guys to truly appreciate the color for what it is and become the artists that I know you guys are all destined to be, and go ahead and let your masterpieces be your guests as they walk around fully satisfied with their palm color experience. Have a great day, guys.